Hello everyone, Zellerant here, and for today's video on Umamusume, we're doing some more account reviews while I am live here. Now, I'm not in my normal seating position at my computer. I'm all sitting in my recliner right now. As we're approaching the end of tax season for me, I'm going to be getting a little bit more comfortable in this chair, as I'll be definitely being able to stream and play a lot more. But for today, we're going to be doing account reviews. I'm going to just do the last 5 out here. Like I've said in all the previous videos, it's kind of just random when I do them, and I just kind of take the more newer ones for the simple fact that they're the most relevant right now. Some of the really old ones at this point, the advice will be it's too old and the advice will be bad, and it's just kind of luck of the draw on whether or not I get yours. But I'm trying to do them a little bit more often, at least once or twice a week at this point. But with that, we'll just go ahead and get right into this one. So we'll go with the first one here, poll plan. Hello, I want some advice on what to pull on. I only spend on daily carrot pack and selectors. Of course, I want to save for light hello and tachyon speed. Yes, you do. I've been looking at getting Major Romano Wit and El Condor Pasa speed. Yes, there's quite a bit good distance between all of those to do well on all of them. Mainly run fronts. Well, you also then need Mihono Bourbon Wit. My only concern is I don't believe I'll have time to save up and have these cards since I don't really spend, so I have to know what the best course of action is. I don't have a lot of Umas. I want to pull for only Aston Machan. That's a good choice. I haven't heard a lot of people talk about Aston Machan in terms of future like Umas to pull all the way through like Grandmasters or whatnot. Yeah, and it's probably because she's a sprinter, and so she's not going to be used as many CMs, but she has a very good and potentially consistent front runner acceleration. Plus, I really like her evolution to taking the lead, which basically turns it into a stronger gold version of groundwork because it makes it last 4 seconds versus I think 1.8. So I really like her kit overall. So definitely a big pickup if you like front runners and you want to actually do decent on sprints. But yeah, waiting for a selector, and that's the thing. You can always wait for a selector by the time it comes up. Now, I will say, if you're willing to buy selectors, you get 2 of them for the support cards, while 1 for Umas. Currently at 54k, have 13 rainbow crystals and 16. Okay, I'm guessing you're talking shards. Nobody has 13 rainbow. If you had 13 rainbow crystals, you'd be sitting real good right now. I think we're about to be on the 3rd one if you've been getting every single one of them. I don't know if you've used the current ones that you've earned. I'm not sure if I should pull for cards such as Summermaru Speed or Mihono Wit for gold groundwork. Summermaru Speed, yes, and then Mihono Wit, so I've already mentioned those. Those are our 2 big picks. You're at 54k. I think by the time we get to Agnes Tachyon Speed, it's like 4 months, 3.5 months. I believe you should be able to get an additional 60k by that point. So if you're not pulling on any more Umas, I believe you should be able to do 400 pulls, or even just 200 on Mihono or on Summermaru Zensky. Get her to limit break 1, at least, and then she's very usable. And then do a 400 pull on Agnes Tachyon. Mihono Bourbon Wit is a little bit tricky, as we're going to get hammered with Major Romano, and then the Goddess card like 2 banners later, and then Mihono Bourbon Wit is like 3 or 4 banners later. So a lot of the things that you're probably going to hear from people, and this is probably going to be my advice, we'll kind of have to see as we get closer to it, and if they decide to change anything. But because of that, I feel like based on everything we're going to be seeing going on in Grandmasters, that the Goddess card, because it's not paired with a meta card at all, it's by itself, it's going to be a skip and make it a permanent borrow for that scenario. One good reason is there's only, I think, 3 champions meetings during it, because you also have League of Heroes at that point. And that'll open up your carrots to be able to pull from Mihono Bourbon. And so at that point, we've been playing so long, you should have your Kita-san Black. You can always use, you'll have Summermaru Zensky as a speed card. You'll have Mihono Bourbon Wit. You'll have Major Romano Wit. You'll have so many options for your main 5 cards that I feel like Goddess card is a borrow. is going to probably be a good decision for a lot of people. It's such a waste of carrots to pull on, because it's going to die as soon as that scenario's over. What should I skip and what should I pull? I've pretty much given my advice there. I mean, it's really not. I mean, let's see what you have card wise, kind of thing. So you have Fine Motion. Good to go. Let's see. Oh, you have them ordered by that. So on the Guts side, oh, you're just like me, not lucky enough to get Admire Vega for Guts builds. Power side, I mean, you basically got all your SSRs covered, or SRs covered. It looks like Stamina. Oh, so you do not. Okay, so you don't have Super Creek, but you're okay on that. Wait, yeah, you do. 3 Limit Break. There you go. I'm blind. I'm just seeing because you just don't have her MLB. So she's very usable, although that sucks without that last one. I think she's an option for a selector. And speed, Key to Sun Black. Yeah, and then you'll have Agnes Tachyon and Summer Reset. So you're really good at everything. So I think you've got pretty much a good pull plan. I feel like you'll be able to pull Aston Machan. Because, yeah, Summer Mruzensky, I'd get Limit Break 1 on her. You should be able to save up enough if you don't pull on anything else to get 400 pulls into the Light Hello Agnes Tachyon banner. Hopefully you can MLB Agnes Tachyon. Light Hello, you can live with lower limit breaks. Agnes Tachyon's kind of the main key. So you do that. Then you have pretty much the entire scenario. Just go ahead and pick up Aston Machan. If you have the 200 pulls, get her. And then you're just saving for Major Romanu. You should have enough for 400 pulls at that point. Pull on her. And at this point, you also should be saving up all of your rainbow crystals. You might, I think we're getting like 2 per scenario. So Major Romanu, you might just be able to pull very lightly on her, depending on how your rainbow crystals are looking, and then use those to MLB her, and then go heavy into Mihono Bourbon Wit. Or you could do it the other direction, go heavy into Major Romanu, and see how that shapes out, and then just do 200 pulls on Mihono Bourbon Wit, and maybe MLB her with the rainbow crystals. And then when it comes to Umas, I mean, Aston Machan is one of them. Ines Fujin Valentine's would be the other one. And she's kind of that Mihono Bourbon, the Mihono Bourbon Valentine's replacement. Basically exactly the same kit to a certain extent, slightly different, but they're basically the same. But she can use that Mihono Bourbon Wit card. And so a very, very good pickup at that point. And if you don't think you're going to be able to have enough for her, I would skip Aston Machan for her and then use a selector to get Aston Machan, as Ines Fujin Valentine's can do all tracks, while Aston Machan's really tied to mostly to sprint. Can be used in mile, but more of a sprinter. But that's kind of my thoughts on yours. Let's take a look at this next one here. We have advice for a very light spender. Guessing it's probably the same, the pass and then selectors. Someone who's only bought the first anniversary Uma selector since I started back in August. Options you're pulling are limited. Oh, so you don't even do the monthly pass. Okay. I'd actually probably say the monthly pass is more important than the selector. Just for the simple fact, I think you'll be able to get more Umas over time through that versus the selector. But, I mean, if there's a specific Uma you want that's already been out, that is definitely the best deal. As a Pace Late Surger main and obtaining Nishino Flower last night, I won't be pulling for another Uma until Aston Machan. Man, everybody's... Okay, I've got people learning the value of Aston Machan here. Although, to me, she is a frontrunner, not really a Pace Late Surger. I think you can make her work, but a lot of her stuff in her kit... Like, her ult can, I believe, activate as a Pace Chaser, but you're throwing away her golds, I believe. She has Taking the Lead as one of them. I like to think of myself as a semi-competitive player who's won 4 CMs. That's pretty good as a free-to-play. Especially one that didn't start right at launch. That's pretty good. I want to do as well as I can while having my favorite Umas over meta picks. Now, which brings me to what you think of my current pull plan. Saving until 1.5 anniversary and trying MLB Light Hello and Agnes Tachyon speed, or would you just... Let's see what your pull plan is here. Aston Machan, Daitako, Healy. You're pulling front runners. I thought you said you're a Pace Chaser Late Surger. Daitako Helios is another frontrunner. Summer Maruzensky. I mean, Summer Maruzensky, to me, what do you have on here? 236. Okay, I don't know what the number, why you're putting very specific weird amounts on here. But man, you got a lot of pulls you're gonna have saved up. This one you want to do 400. This one you're gonna do 200. You'll want to guarantee her at 200. Same thing with her. Romanu 400. I'd do 400 pulls there. And you have tons of pulls. Go ahead and get limit break 1 at Summer Maruzensky. And I think you'll be chilling. I think yours is fine. But Summer Maruzensky limit break 1 would be the big one. Yeah. Okay. Oh, does it have to do with miscellaneous pulls? I see. You're kind of doing you're doing the math because of that, weirdly. Yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about that. You can round them off when you use the calculator. Yeah, 400 pulls for it is kind of what you want to target for all the scenario banners as they come. Now, after Grand Masters, every single new scenario banner, the PAL card is paired with a meta support card from every single one of them I've looked at. You have El Condor Pasa Speed on Lark. You have Orfefer Guts, Nishino Flower Power, Tokai Teo Speed, I believe was one, or maybe she was right after. I can't remember. But a lot of basically every new scenario is going to come with a very strong support card. And I'm talking more strong than Agnes Tachyon Speed will be with Light Hello, and Rico was for or Rice Shower in Unity Cup. They're going to be like meta cards that you're going to want to use. So, and someone's asking here, you can borrow the PAL card, but because it's paired with a meta card, it's going to be a very good banner to pull on. So I would advise pretty much in every banner after Grandmasters to pull on the scenario banner. But we'll talk about that as we get to them. I mean, there's a lot of them. You have to kind of go over. All right, but on to the next one. We have a light spender, need advice for pulls on use my vouchers. End closer main, occasionally running pace and outside of Mr. CB wit. I'm not sure what to get. 2 SSR vouchers, not amazing. Nothing to use them on. Could MLB Muteki power and a Saiyan Sky stamina, but neither seem like huge improvement. The meme play, of course, at MLB, my 2 limit break. No, don't do that. And also outside of Mr. CB and Tachyon like Hello banners, I'm not sure if anything pulling in terms of supports for a good while. You have Mr. CB. Yeah, I would just keep saving, so you're really good. Unless there's an Uma that you want. You're pretty solid if you just focus mostly end closers. If you don't want to ever touch frontrunners, I guess you could kind of skip Summer Maruzensky speed. She is good just as a generic card. But kind of see what you have here. You probably won't need her. Because the main 3 speed cards that you'll see a lot of use for in Grandmaster or Grand Live will be Kita-san Black, Agnes Tachyon Speed, and then Summer Maruzensky / a different speed card, but you'll probably want to use 3. Okay, is this your... Okay, so you have... Okay, Kita-san Black, you're good there. Muteki and that... Ooh, you don't have MLB of the gold ship card? Missed an event. One of them on the event. Rice Shower MLB, man, you went hard on Rico banner. Do you have Fine Motion? Yeah, I can see maybe Muteki's a good card. I don't know how much of an improvement that is. Is that one give? I'd have to see. Let me look. Muteki's a good parent card and potentially ace card currently. Because the only other one I can think of would be El Condor Pasa Power. But I don't know on the value of Limit Break 2. I have her at Limit Break 3 and she's fine. But what are you missing out on Limit Break 2? Let me see. Training. Oh, you get no training effectiveness. Well, Limit Break 3 is 5, and then Limit Break 4 is 10. So you get 7% race bonus at Limit Break 2. I'd say El Condor Pasa is potentially a possible pick. The main thing you're losing out on is training effectiveness. You still have the power bonus. You lose a little bit of initial power, a little bit of special priority, a little bit of friendship bonus. You go from 10% to 7% race bonus, which kind of sucks because it's basically like having a 5%. But I'm in the same situation at Limit Break 3. I think that potentially, just because we have 3 mediums, including the one currently coming up, that would be useful. Muteki, let's see. She's the other one I'd be thinking of. I don't know if I would touch Sane Sky. But Muteki? Oh, MLB Muteki takes it to hint level 4, which is what is really nice on that card. And then you take race bonus from 5 to 10%. I think Muteki is your best choice for sure on one of them. Because she's got a lot of good skills. You got playtimes over, tail held high, ramp up, and you'll instant max the hint by hitting it with her, and you need her at MLB to get that. Plus the extra 5% race bonus. Muteki's for sure the good one. And yeah, you're just chilling at 69. Kind of sucks that I didn't see Fine Motion. I would have thought with that many carrots you would have probably pulled for her. Unless I'm missing her. Which sometimes happens here. But I would, if you don't have Fine Motion at all, potentially pulling on the Fine Motion Summer Maruzensky banner. But that's pretty much it. That's my thoughts. I think you're sitting in pretty good position though with what you got. All right, we'll go on to the next one. We got 2 more to go through here. Advice to improve my count and my runs. Just started playing 2 days ago. I think I'm doing pretty good, but I can't average above a C-B career run rank. Okay, brand spanking new. Okay. I have not actually made a full priority video for a new player on my last monthly. I need to probably make one here soon. Let's see. Okay, so you got Ballroom, Fuji Kiseki, Maruzensky, Ogre Cap. So with the daily legend races, if I don't think you asked about it, I think Taiki Shuttle should be your target right now. Get her in like what, 3 months? No, not 3 months. It's 150 stars you need. So it's gonna be like 6 months almost. But I would start farming for Taiki Shuttle. I believe she's the best one to pick up on there since you already have Maruzensky's not even on there. So you're sitting good right there. Let's see the support card. I'm guessing you didn't re-roll to get something good, decent to start with. Air Shocker. Will you be able to finish this event? That just gets you a speed card. I mean, you just need a good speed card to work with. That might be your one problem right now. I mean, right now, you're just at that early point where you don't have the support cards. This is what everybody struggled with when the game launched. You just start with trash cards. Here's the way I view it. If you're a new player right now, since you're 2 days old, just write off Track Blazer. Try and build Umas for Open League, of course. You can do the Open League Champions meetings, and those will be very easy to build since you can basically work with garbage. You don't even need dupes of the cards. You just need the card for the hints. And then build them from Open League and start focusing on preparing your polls towards going into Grand Live. And so depending on what you want to go with, I would pick up, since you're probably preparing, I would skip Summer Ruzensky actually in CB Wit. Save up for Light Hello, Agnes Tachyon Pace, or the Agnes Tachyon Speed, sorry. And then pull on the Summer Maruzensky Fine Motion banner, and then pull on the Super Creek Mr. CB. So you have 3 back-to-back really good banners. As much as this will suck to hear this, is I would actually just continuously save all the way through until Light Hello and Agnes Tachyon speed. That's a lot of time to save up, though. It's even worse than what we did when the game launched. I mean, I know I suffered through a month waiting for Kitas on Blacks to drop, where I only had done 30 pulls on the support card banner and was playing with like rare cards. But yeah, as you've probably seen in the chat here, don't even think about champions meeting. Just have fun doing the careers. Get as strong of as you can. I would just focus on parent grinding right now. Getting better parents. So getting runs done, getting parents with the sparks on them. You got guides for me and other people who've kind of talked about that. But just keep saving. Have good. Don't get pressured into pulling for anything. And I feel like Grand Live, you can really pop off if you save up a ton of pulls. Because there's 2 really good rerun banners with 4 strong cards, plus the Light Hello Agnes Tachyon speed. You'll be caught up with everybody if you pull on those 3 banners. You'll have 2 speed cards, Agnes Tachyon speed, Summer Mruzensky. You will have your stamina card with Super Creek. You'll have a wit card. It's an end closer wit card, but Mr. CB, a good one. And then you also have fine motion. So you have 2 actually. And then you can continue to save through there for the Major Ramanu card. And then you're pretty much caught up at that point. And of course, you'll probably want to pull for an Uma or 2 in there if you have a favorite. Other than that, I'd say you're good enough on Umas too. I wouldn't even pull on many of the Umas. But I know a lot of people want to pull. Just find like a favorite that you might want to run and pick them up. But the best advice if you really wanted to catch up as quickly as possible for me is to just fight through it until Grand Live and save up a ton of pulls. But that's kind of my thoughts there. It is a little bit trickier as a new player right now because Track Blazer's not very new player friendly in that aspect. But you'll be caught up by the end of it, in my opinion. So, all right. Next person's here. Values for future plans. Hello, primary and Oshi player, Mayano Top Gun and Smart Falcon. At the moment, a little lost to what to do next. Got my next goal, which was getting primary pace parent for Mayano, Nishino Flower. And then I want some advice on what should I look at next. So, I mean, I'm guessing you pulled her, right? She's out now. Unless you were saving up pull still. I made a pull plan. I'm not 100% certain if I'm missing anything. Not 100% certain on Mr. CB. I mean, for Mayano, I guess she works as the end closer position. But she can work in all positions. She's very flexible in that aspect. Let me see here. So Mr. CB got Summer Mruzensky, Agnes Tachyon, Light Hello, Smart Falcon Grand Live. I mean, that's your Oshi, so of course you're going to want to pick her up. Major Ramanu. Yep, Alcandra Pasta Speed. Man, you're getting to Umas that I have not looked into depth yet. I do know I've actually used Seeking the Pearl. She's a good pick up to pair alongside, I guess, Mayano Top Gun, your Oshi. That's a good banner right there. I liked her. I used her in the JP version. And she was pretty good. So you'll actually be pulling on a pretty good Uma banner right there. And then a Smart Falcon right there. So I mean, you're with not kind of thinking of it. So your main focus then, when it comes to other Umas you'll want to pull on, are going to be the Inherits. And since Mayano Top Gun's kind of your flexible, can do anything Uma. 1,000's way too much. Hey, they're just making sure because they're saving a lot because they're not pulling on a lot of stuff. I'm trying to think if there's any Umas you might want to pick up. I'm guessing you care about team trials and you're still building Umas to keep your rank higher in team trials. Summer Gold Ship, maybe. For that, I would say probably not, just so you can keep saving. I'm trying to think of all of the. I mean, there's not too many big ones. You could go with like, I don't know. Did you say if you're a spender or not? I know I've missed it on other people's. But I mean, there's like the inherits kind of depending. Like King Halo's good for specific tracks. Cheerleader at King Halo. I mean, you already got Nishino Flower for pace specifically. Yeah, I mean, and then you have other potentials. Like you're not going to have any of the other Umas since you're not pulling on Umas very often. Yeah, I think your pull plan's pretty good at this point. I don't really know too much in this area though. I have not really looked farther into past the Alcantara speed in terms of the Umas. But yeah, I think your pull plan's quite fine. And yes, you will not, as someone had mentioned, you're not going to be spending that many pulls on Major Romanu. You should spend 400 at best. You have the rainbow crystals that you should be accumulating too through the events that you can use to top off this card. If you ever want to run Mayano Top Gun as a front runner, though, you have Mihono Bourbon Wit in the mix there, and a couple other things. But I think that plan's kind of fine. Just kind of pay attention to what people talk about as time goes on, because Mayano Top Gun is definitely your big Uma that can do anything. So you really have to think about all the cards that are meta to a certain extent, unless you're really wanting to force her into certain positions. But yeah, overall, I think your pull plan's good. Just don't spend that many carrots on those pulls. But yeah, that's going to be pretty much it for now. And if you like my content, if you could like, comment, subscribe, it really helps. And thanks for watching.